Everybody's trying to figure out what the 2022 real estate market's going to do. And the big question that I see all over the interwebs and the YouTubers is, should we wait to buy real estate or should we buy real estate today? Well, I'm going to show you the actual numbers. I'm going to use real examples. We're going to talk through this and we're going to figure out if it's better to buy real estate now or wait a year, wait for prices to drop, wait for interest rates to see what they're going to do. So let's look at it. Let's dive into it. Let's get into it right now.
Shut up and sit down.
Let me start off by saying I've done multiple videos predicting what real estate prices were going to do ever since this pandemic started 2 years ago. I've got the proof. You can go back on my channel. I said prices aren't going to drop. I said prices are going to go up. I said there's no reason for there to be massive foreclosures. I said evictions aren't going to make a huge difference in the market. I said there's too much equity in the market. I'm not going to go into all the reasons why I said the market's not going to crash, but I've got plenty of videos on it. You can go back and see that I've been right. The proof is in the pudding on this one. So I want to talk about I have real estate clients still to this day right now that have seen what prices have done, and they get emails from me all the time with properties that match what they're looking for. And they say, well, Jeff, we're just going to wait a little bit longer. We're going to see what prices are going to do. We're going to see what interest rates are going to do. And I know there's a lot of people out there in that same boat, especially if you're a first-time home buyer or a first-time real estate investor looking for your first rental property. It's a scary time to get into the market. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use an actual real example of somebody who bought a house last January 2021. And I'm going to show you what they paid for that house and what it would be like if they waited until today using the best accurate real numbers that I can. Then I'm going to forecast into the future 1 year, and I'm going to show you what that would be like if they wait one more year. And then I'm going to do something that I do very rarely. I'm going to show you more numbers about if I'm actually wrong. If Jeff is wrong, which happens, if you want to see that I'm never wrong, just ask my wife. She'll tell you that I think I'm never wrong. I guarantee that. But I'll show you the actual numbers. If I'm wrong and prices go down, I'll show you those numbers as well. And then if you stay all the way to the very end, I'm going to show you a real life example of what the actual savings would look like based on a car, like how much car you could afford based on whether you should wait or whether you should buy now. And if I'm right, you have to buy me that car. And if I'm wrong, I'll just delete the video. Just kidding. But let's just get into the numbers right now and let me show you what it's going to look like. Okay, this is a real world example of somebody who bought a house in January of 2021. They paid $345,000 for the house. They got an interest rate of 2.75 and they put 5% down on the house. And that gave them a payment of $1,338. Now what I have to do to try to move this into today, I have to do something that realtors are not supposed to do. I have to go on the Zillow machine and see what that same property would be worth today. So I looked it up, and the Zillow machine says that house would be worth $426,200. So based on that, if they were to have waited from January 2021 to January 2022, their house would have gone from $345,000 to $426,200, almost $100,000 increase in 1 year. And rates today, they'd get an interest rate of about 3.5%. So based on that, with the same 5% down, they'd have a payment of $1,818. Let's look at the savings that they got from buying a house last year versus waiting until this year. 1818 minus 1338. Those are nice round numbers, not round, but anyway. 1818 minus the 1338 is $480. So they would be paying $480 more by having waited 1 year to buy the exact same house. It's also $480 equates to about $100,000 in purchasing power. So they actually, they lost $100,000 because the house appreciated, and then they lost that extra purchasing power on top of that. What if we take this one more year into the future?
I mean, I wish I had an actual crystal ball. I only have my LED 3D printed moon. So if I look into it, what will we find?
Pretty much all experts are predicting that home prices, real estate prices are going to go up in the next 12 months. The numbers vary from 4% appreciation to 15% appreciation. So I'm going to just jump to the high end of this. And I'm going to say, let's say prices appreciate at 15% next year. I always say all real estate is local. The appreciation you see in Texas is not going to be the same as Ohio. It's not going to be the same as California, New York, Montana, Florida, wherever. Everywhere is going to be a little bit different. You know, I know in Florida, where most of my properties are, they saw record appreciation, and I don't see that really going down that much in the next 12 months. So I'm going to say, let's say prices go up 15% from January 2021 to January 2023. So if we use our same house that we've been using that went from 345 to 426, if it appreciates another 15% by January 2023, that'll make that same house worth $491,030. If in our examples, the same buyer puts down 5%, most economists are predicting interest rates to be about 4.25% by January of next year. So $491,000 purchase price, 5% down, 4.25% interest rate gives you, bing, bang, boom, a payment of $2,299. Okay, so let's look at this. How much increase is that? $2,299 minus $1,818 is another $472 a month. So from 21 to 2022, your payment went up $480. From 2022 to 2023, it goes up another $472. You see a pattern here? We're seeing prices go up almost seeing your payment go up almost $500 on a $350,000 house for every year that you wait. It's $350 starting last year. Now it's $450 or more. See what's happening? Here we go. Let's say I'm wrong. Let's say Zillow's wrong with their forecast predictions. Redfin's wrong with their forecast predictions. Pretty much every huge bank out there is wrong with their forecast predictions, and real estate prices go down. Okay, I use the extreme of that they would go up 15% next year. So let's say they go down 15% next year, which nothing really is showing that's going to happen. But let's say you're right and we're all wrong, and prices plummet 15% next year. Okay, well, let's take the house that Zillow says is worth $426,000 today, and we knock 15% off of that for next January. That means it would be worth $362,270. That same example, we're going to put 5% down. We're still going to use the rates that economists are predicting are going to be 4.25%. So even though you went down 15%, I think the Fed has announced they're going to start raising rates. So at 4.25%, that gives you a payment of $1,693. Ooh, you save some money. If you're right and old Jeff here is wrong. So how much money did you save? Well, you went from a payment of $1,818 to a payment of $1,693, $1,693. That's a whopping savings of $125 a month. $125 a month might be a lot of money for some people, might be not that much for other people. But the point is, this is the gamble that you're making. If me and everybody else is wrong, you're going to save $125 a month, assuming rates do what people are predicting. And if we're right, you're going to lose $480 a month or $100,000 of purchasing power. In these 2 years, that's $1,000 more in payment every month and a difference of $200,000 in house. So you could have bought a $500,000 house instead of a $350,000 house. Then I got to thinking, maybe $100,000 of purchasing power is hard to wrap your mind around. I think you can wrap your mind around $500 more in payment every year that you wait. So I thought, well, what could you get for $480 a month? And I thought, well, I'd like to have the new Jeep Gladiator pick-em-up truck. And so I was like, I wonder what the payment on that is. So I may be a millionaire, but I'm not going to spend $80,000 on a new Jeep pick-em-up truck thingamajigger, but I sure do think they look cool. So I'll put it over here. A payment on one of these bad boys, you can lease one. I just Googled real fast, and I found a lease for $400 a month for a Jeep pick-em-up truck. So that's like, if I'm wrong, if you bet me that I'm wrong on this, and I win and I'm right, it's like you buying me a Jeep Gladiator pick-em-up truck and putting $80 a month of gas in the tank for me. I don't think you want to do that. I don't think you want to buy a new house and buy me a Jeep. So this is not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes only, blah, blah, blah. I'm not a financial planner or anything else. I'm just a real estate dude telling you what I think, my personal opinions. So I hope this just gives you something to think about, some food for thought if you're on the fence about whether you should buy real estate now or wait. I always say, don't wait to buy real estate and wait. It's the best way to do it, I think. Hopefully you liked this video. If you did, I bet you really liked this video over here. Be sure you watch it and do the subscribe and hit the like button and do all the stuff you know you're supposed to do. And then I can keep making these videos for you. Thank you very much.